This latest report by Clutch Points has the Oklahoma City Thunder landing a big man to help fill out their depth come postseason, and especially if injuries happen during the season as well. And he's a decent name. It's not a bad name at all. As you guys can tell, it was Larry Nance Jr. He's not a bad name. I don't mind him at all. I used to really like him when he played for the Cavs. I used to love his style of play. That's the question, though. Does his style of play really fit in with the Oklahoma City Thunder? Now, this is just a report, rumors. It's not official. Nothing's happened yet. And, we don't even know if there are talks. But Clutch Points did point out that they think this could be a good fit for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it could be something that we could potentially going after and try to do, as we have some players that we're trying to give up that really aren't going to do much for us, and it'd be nice to go get someone in return that can fill in some glaring holes and needs that we have in this roster, such as rebounding, because right now our only 7-foot plus guys are Isaiah Hartenstein and Chet Holmgren. Even though Larry Nance Jr. isn't 7-foot plus, he is a good rebounder, and coming off the bench, that could definitely help us out there rebounding wise, because there's no guarantee Hartenstein and Chet will be on the court together at the same time. They might be off at the same time, and so it just might be one of those things where if they're off at the same time, it might be nice to have someone out there as well that can help us out rebounding wise, and Larry Nance Jr. can definitely help us out in those regards. But before we get into all that, though, I just want to take a moment and say that if you guys haven't joined the Discord channel already, it'd mean the world to me if you guys can. I love to connect with you guys. I love to talk with you guys whenever I get the chance, and we'll always be posting when a new video drops in there, and it's just nice to chat with you guys. All right, hear your guys' feedback, hear your guys' thoughts on the team. Potential trades that could go around, free agent signings, all that good stuff. You want to connect with other people in the NBA fan base, it'd be in the world. I have the link to that Discord channel in the video description. With that out of the way, we can go ahead and get into what we're talking about today with Larry Nance Jr. I don't want to say potentially. It's rumored. It makes sense on paper to kind of do it because we do need rebounding wise. The thing is, does he fit with the Oklahoma City Thunder style of play? What would be giving up that sort of situation? And the proposed trade, it would be Kenrich Williams, Ousmane Dieng, and 2 second-round picks. The 2025 Atlanta second-rounder, and I want to say 2027 Miami second-rounder, I believe. And we would get Larry Nance Jr. in return, and it makes sense. Atlanta just signed a bunch of big men, added them to their roster this offseason, so it makes sense that they're trying to get rid of one as well because they kind of have an overflow of, big men and centers and power forwards on their roster. They'd be getting one in return in Ousmane Dieng, but he's younger. He's a prospect. You can kind of develop him a little bit. I think Atlanta would be trying to do that, add him as a potential role player on their squad and build around Trae Young and the squad that they have right now with Zachary Boucher. It's just one of those things where they're trying to build up. They're trying to build around what they got and add role players. Kenrich Williams is a role player that can kind of mentor some people there as well, who's a good small forward. And they get their pick back and another one in return. We get Larry Nance Jr., who is a good rebounder. He is. But I'm just wondering, is that all he's going to bring to us? Well, when we look into the article now by Clutch Points here, this is what they had to say. Clint Capella has been the big man the Atlanta Hawks have been interested in moving, dating back to last offseason. At the same time, the team hasn't been eager to move on from Capella, as they do value his production on the 1-2 punch that he provides with Onkogwu, who is expected to see his minutes increase moving forward. This offseason has already been eventful for the Hawks as they moved on from DeJounte Murray. The two-way all-star guard was traded to the Pelicans in a deal that brought back a handful of assets to Atlanta. Along with 2 first-round picks, the Hawks landed Cody Zeller, Liddell, Dyson Daniels, and Larry Nance Jr., who is arguably the organization's best trade asset right now. Getting into more what they had to say in the article here. Any team searching for rebounding help this offseason is going to have interest in trading for Nance, especially since he is affordable from a contract perspective. Even after adding Isaiah Hartenstein, the Oklahoma City Thunder could utilize another front court presence like Nance due to his defensive and rebounding tendencies. The best part about pursuing Nance is that Sam Presti wouldn't really have to give up much. Of course, Nance's value is unknown at the time, and the Hawks could demand more than 2 second-round picks if a multitude of teams began expressing trade desire. If the Thunder really want him, they have a plethora of draft assets to utilize at their disposal, as Presti and company could sweeten their offer with a future first-round pick. So it's one of those situations where we have everything that we can do to go after him. Sorry, I didn't mean for that to pop up there a little bit. It's just one of those things where, like, okay, it makes sense. We have the potential to do it. We really do. It's just a matter of Should we do it? That's the question. Should we do it? And like I mentioned, the trade package isn't really that big that they had proposed for Larry Nance Jr. It is one that I think it works out for both sides. We get rebounding and defensive help in Larry Nance Jr., who is a good rim protector and board man. And then they get a young guy in Ousmane Dieng who can help develop 2 second-round picks that you never know what those guys will turn into. It's one of those things where you're trying to fit, take whoever the best is available and hope they pan out situation. And then Kendrick Williams, who can be a good mentor for some of their guys that they have, who has experience, veteran leadership on that squad, who they're not really competing for a playoff spot. I don't want to say they're in full rebuild mode right now. They're kind of stuck in this middle position where they'll be a play-in team in my mind, but are they content with that? Are they content with being a play-in team and potentially being the 7th or 8th seed? Or are they trying to, fully get into the lottery? Or they're trying to be bad? It's one of those situations where they don't really know what the direction is in Atlanta right now. That's what I see it from my standpoint. Now, Larry Nance Jr., is he a player we should go after? Well, you look at the stats, all right? 6 points a game, all right? We're not taking him for his scoring ability. Let me get that clear. A lot of you guys are focused on offense ability. We already have a ton of scorers on our team. We need more rebounders, and I don't want to say we need more defensive help because we're already going to be one of the best defensive teams in the league. But defense does win you championships. I know I sound like an old head there. Go ahead, call me Unc. But defense does win you championships, and we're trying to build that up clearly with what we've done in the offseason so far. 5 rebounds a game, 2 assists a game. Not really a playmaker or passer by any means, but that's not bad at all for a backup power forward / center type of guy. He doesn't average half a block a game. But he does contest shots really well because of his wingspan. Gets a steal a game. That's also because his wingspan, he's able to, pick the ball a little bit there. Less than a turnover, less than 2 fouls a game. 57% from the field shooting-wise. 41% from the three-point line. 76% of his twos are assisted. He's 6'8", 31 years old, so there's some veteran leadership right alongside Alex Caruso. I think he'd be our oldest player on the squad if we do go after him. His defensive box plus minus is 2.2. So he's a good defender. He's a good rebounder. He's an all right scorer. He's efficient, which is nice. We know he's a high flyer like he used to be in Cleveland. He's clearly lost a little bit of a step that he used to have, but he can still go up there with some of the best in the league. I think overall it's not a bad fit. It's not a bad fit at all. Sorry, I'm still figuring out the hockey situation here. It's not a bad fit. It's not. It's just not a great fit. Depth-wise, it helps us out. It helps us out rebounding-wise and defensively. I just, his three-point shot is what gets me. Is he going to be a reliable three-point shooter? I know he's 41% from the three-point line. I don't know his exact number of three-pointers that he took last season. I don't know if he's consistently taking three-pointers in every game. It's one of those situations where can he really, truly help us run a 5-out style of offense that, Sam Presti and Mark Daigneault are clearly trying to run in OKC. That's my question with it. I wouldn't mind it rebounding-wise and, defensively-wise. And the trade, we're not giving up a lot. I just feel like there are better options that we can go after as well. I just feel like, there's some other options that we can go for rebounding-wise, or if we're trying to add a good 4 to our squad, that we can wait until closer to the deadline when the season starts, and, to try and go get a 4 for our squad when we know what we clearly need. All right, and we need to see as well if just adding Hartenstein and Caruso to the squad help us out rebounding-wise. That's what we kind of need to see first. So I'm kind of hesitant on any trades at the moment. Even though Lauri Markkanen potential trade, I'm a little bit hesitant on that because, A, we're going to be giving up a lot of draft capitals and, young guys for Lauri Markkanen. I'm just kind of hesitant and I want to wait and see if we truly need someone else to make us a championship team, because I feel like we already have one right now. We just have to wait for the season start 2 months in to see when everything starts clicking together, see if there's anything else we need to go after at the deadline. That's where I'm kind of at right now. And Larry Nance, he wouldn't be bad. Once again, like I mentioned, not someone I'm like, hey, we have to immediately go after him if we want him. You can wait during the season and trade for someone during the season. Be like, okay, we still need rebounding help. Let's go get this guy right now. Trade the same sort of package for him. That's my standpoint on it. Just wait a bit. Just wait. we're in no rush to add more guys to this team. We already have 14, spots filled out here. We have one more left. If we need to, we'll just, sign one of our two-way guys to a full-time NBA contract, or we'll go get someone else in free agency for a veteran minimum. Just one of those things where just right now, hold, wait, and see what happens. But that's all I got for this video. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys personally think if a Larry Nance trade would be good for this squad, if we need to go after him now, or wait, like I said, during the season. And like I said, please don't join the Discord channel. The link to that will be in the video discussion or video description. Love to discuss with you guys out there on the Discord channel, talk about the videos, talk about anything else going on in the NBA, and you connect with other people as well that are fans of other NBA teams in the Digest Media family. With that out of the way, see you guys in the next video.